On a snowy evening, an elderly man named Mr. Brown was riding his snowmobile to his little cabin deep in the woods. The road was covered with snow. Visibility was poor, but the cabin was already in sight in the distance, and the elderly man encouraged himself. As he drove closer, he suddenly saw a little wolf cub. It was running right by his cabin, but it rushed into the wood when it noticed the man. Entering the house, Mr. Brown thought that wolf cub was probably farther away from the pack of wolves, and it was necessary to feed it. After all, it was snowing outside. Mr. Brown put canned food into a plate and carried it to the edge of the forest. The wolf cub was standing nearby and, waiting for the old man to leave, began to eat greedily. After the canned food was eaten, the little wolf was in no hurry to leave. It was as if it was asking the elderly man for more food. Mr. Brown opened the second can and fed the animal again. The wolf cub was no longer afraid, and the man decided to take it to the cabin for warmth. The little wolf cub lay down unsteadily near the heated stove and soon seemed to fall asleep. When the next day the snowstorm died down, Mr. Brown opened the door and let him out to go searching for his pack. This has been their tradition ever since. When Mr. Brown came to his cabin, the wolf cub always came to visit him. The cub managed to find his pack of wolves, but did not forget about the kindness of man. Every day he grew larger and stronger, but continued to visit Mr. Brown. And in his turn, Mr. Brown invariably let him into the cabin and gave him some kind of food. Sitting by the fireplace, the old man would tell the little wolf the latest news about his health or how many fish he had caught today. The wolf usually lay down by the fireplace and listened to him with pleasure. But one day a very awful thing happened. The old man was preparing his breakfast when suddenly he heard a rude man's voice at the door. At the same moment, several men entered the house. The old man immediately realized by their appearance that they were probably convicts who had escaped from a prison 10 miles from his home. The gang boss rudely told the old man to obey them or else he would be in trouble. And one of his accomplices unceremoniously struck Mr. Brown and then began to tie him up. The man seemed to have no chance for salvation, but suddenly a wolf cub came running into the house. He clawed at the leg of one of the offenders. The bandit kicked the animal away and drew his weapon. A shot rang out. The wolf cub whimpered and darted away from the cabin. The bandit wanted to grin and say something, but didn't have time to do anything. A huge wolf appeared in the doorway, and it came to avenge its child. The bandits froze in horror and tried to escape, but the she-wolf blocked their way, growling. At that moment, Mr. Brown jumped out of the hut and rushed to the wolf cub to help. It was bleeding, and the old man could not help it. He was stroking the wolf cub and tears streamed down his eyes. It was as if the man were deaf with grief and did not hear the cries of the bandits, who had been attacked by the she-wolf, were replaced by barking dogs and the noise of the arriving patrol, which was searching for the escaped prisoners. Mr. Brown had never felt such grief before. He had known the little wolf cub when it was very small. He had saved it from hunger and cold, and now all he had to do was to mourn his faithful friend. The wolf cub repaid him for his kindness with his life. Weeping, the old man was remembering how he told him the latest news, and the little wolf listened to him attentively. Now nobody was interested in the old man's stories. Long after that tragic day, Mr. Brown still continued to take a bowl of food outside and left it near the wood, as if he hoped that the little wolf cub would appear here again one day.